One of the biggest mistakes that men make in their marriages and their relationship is that they quit dating their wife or their long-term LTR, I'm just going to say. My name is Jerod Schoonmaker. Welcome to my channel, Magnetic Men's Club. In this video, I'd like to talk about some of the biggest mistakes men make in their marriage or long-term LTR relationships. I have a coaching business tied to this channel. You can get some more information on that through my website. We'll link it down below. And I specialize in men going through a divorce, men, going through a bad breakup, and typically just relationships for men to themselves, not specifically dating, but to help men better understand maybe their own gaps that they don't see in their day-to-day life. I help expose those gaps so that they can fix them. And I was working with a client, still am working with this client, and he is going through a divorce. And it sort of blindsided him, but after a couple sessions, he started kind of realizing that the pattern was actually a couple years ago, and he's just now seeing that had he known this information, he would have been able a few years ago to maybe self-correct some of the things he was doing wrong. Nonetheless, he is now going through a divorce. She has moved on, and so now we are coming up with a game plan so that he can help himself heal, he can help himself create some new boundaries that he wasn't providing himself, and ultimately helping him get back out there to become a better, newer version of himself. So with that, one of the biggest mistakes that men make in their marriages and their relationship is that they quit dating their wife or their long-term LTR, I'm just going to say. They quit doing the things that they did in the beginning. They typically will take for granted the situation of the relationship, thinking, well, she's always going to be here. We're married. She's not going to go anywhere. She's been with me, 2 years, 3 years. We're happy. But they don't self-analyze the situation enough to really think, is she happy? Am I doing the things that I used to do? And oftentimes it's not. We all tend to take for granted our partners. And it's only when we lose our partners, we start to realize how much we've missed them, or we start realizing all of the things that partner you appreciate, but typically you miss that part, and that's where that sadness comes in. It's not typically love that the love loss, it's the routine, it's that connection you have with the person. So men, it's always going to be our fault, okay? I do talk a lot about women on this channel. It's not bashing them. I'm talking about female nature as a whole, but by and large, we're supposed to be the leaders in our marriage. We're supposed to be the leaders in our relationship. So we have to lead by example. And the very biggest one is we stop courting, we stop dating, we stop paying attention to the little things that we probably did in the beginning. And what that does is creates this separation little by little. And typically what she'll do is she'll start shit testing you a little bit more, saying things like, we're not as spontaneous as you used to be. We don't talk like we used to. We don't go on dates like we used to. And what she's trying to tell you is, dude, I'm kind of losing interest. I'm fading off here. You're not holding yourself accountable to the man I used to love, or the man I still love, but the man you used to be. So it is a hard pill for men to swallow, especially when they get to that later stage when they actually get slapped with the divorce. They see it as a blind side, but if you actually look over the past X months or X years, they start recognizing, yeah, I started taking her for granted. And so that is one of the biggest mistakes men make in their marriage and their relationship. Now, on the flip side, if you don't want to be in that marriage, if you're generally not happy, well, then the best solution is, and you literally don't want to be with that person, well, come up with a solution where you guys can amicably get a divorce the best you can, so you both can go on with your lives and hopefully find somebody that will help fulfill your needs. Even though that doesn't technically exist, you need to fulfill your own needs. Different video. The next biggest mistake men make in their marriage and their relationship is they typically let themselves go. They stop going to the gym, or they limit themselves to the gym. They tend to pack on weight. Women do this as well, but again, this is a channel for men. They tend to tack on weight. They might hang out with their boys a little bit too much. They go to the bars. They eat garbage food. They tend to lose their path and purpose. One of the sexiest things, I've talked to hundreds of women, and this is pretty much universal. It doesn't matter how good a guy looks. It's his hustle. One of the most sexiest things that women find in men is their ambition. It's their hustle. It's their drive. If she fell in love with you because you had all of these ambitions, if you had this amazing business idea, if you worked really hard, those are some of the reasons why she fell in love with you. Might not have anything to do with your looks. When you start losing that ambition, when you start losing that hustle, when you start losing that drive, a piece of her's lost, a piece of her's actually confused, like, where is this guy? Where did this guy go? He used to work out all the time. Now he's 50 pounds overweight. He used to dress really well. Now he's dressed like a fucking toddler, like our kid. He used to be very positive. This is the third mistake a lot of men make. They go from a positive mindset early on in a relationship. They're very positive. It is a mask we all wear, but they're typically very positive. And then they kind of start getting into the negative. They start becoming a little more cynical on life. And this is a direct reflection, I believe, in them not pursuing their path and their purpose, not pursuing the things that give them inherent joy. So all of these things that you literally can control like that. None of these things are out of your control, man. It's things that we have to do every day. We have the burden of performance. Women don't. We have to perform every single day. And when we take ourselves out of the fight, we actually remove ourselves really from this dating pool. Really, we start taking ourselves out of opportunities, out of situations that can better our lives. And sadly, most men do this. They go on their 9-to-5 job, which there's nothing wrong with that, but if they don't have a side hustle, they don't have a side passion, they tend to start getting negative. They tend to start letting themselves go. And nothing is more unattractive than a man who's letting himself go. So if you are married, if you are in a long-term relationship and things don't feel the way they used to, take a look at yourself, take some stock into how you used to be, and ask yourself, am I that same person? If not, I guarantee if you start working on finding the person you used to be, she's going to rekindle her love for you. The passion's going to come back to you because you're actively fighting to be that guy again. Club, I hope this video helps. Please like this channel. Please leave a comment down below. These 3 things are are very, very important in order to maintain a healthy relationship with your wife or your long-term girlfriend. Again, my name is Jerod. This is Magnetic Men's Club, and we'll talk soon.